And I think that's only fair to working people who are working hard, paying their taxes, and don't want to be seeing people who have no right to be here in the UK able to carry on being here.
But most people that come haven't got skills to bring, are driving down wages for ordinary people.
They met with a bunch of migrants in Calais. They said they could all come to Britain.
It's a pledge from us. It's on the mug. And I'm hoping after the general election I can do a toast in that mug.
Most have so little English they are unable to explain for themselves why Britain should take them in.
The van with the misleading go-home message to illegal immigrants has had a...
We all enjoy a great British curry, but what we want is the curry chefs trained here in Britain.
What do you say to people who say it's racist and it's wrong?
Well, it's a factual picture, so it's correct, isn't it?
I've been here longer than you have.
Get back to Africa. Speak proper English then.
I went down to John Smith's house today and an immigrant tells me that I cannot live here.
Now, among those places that have been targeted was a Polish centre in West London. That centre in Hammersmith, there you can see graffiti sprayed across the front entrance telling people to go home.
But a small number are, and they appear to be having a field day following this vote.
Police are investigating after a fire destroyed a Somalia community centre and mosque in North London in suspicious circumstances. There have been more than 200 reports of hate attacks on Muslims, according to Faith Matters, an organisation that works to reduce extremism.
Yesterday somebody came and checked the shop here, and the two people inside the shop, they just see and come and put the fire in the bottle is a petrol bomb.
I was getting into my car and noticed there was some really nasty vile language coming out from an individual against what appeared to be a student, an Asian student. It's really derogatory, the use of the P word and, you know, sort of shouting about, hadn't you seen the vote? I was just paralysed in fear, Nick. I mean, you know me, as a hardened journalist, it takes a lot to really, you know, sort of upset me. And then obviously, then he turned his attentions to me and started, well, basically, he said, you know, nigger, go home.
Gosh, that is really strong stuff. How did you react to that?
Well, he just kept shouting like, nigger and nigger, and, you know, you're not supposed to be... Oh, gosh, yeah, definitely.
Have you ever had that before?
Never. Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
I mean, I'm actually shaken as well to hear it.
Hi guys, I'm sorry to open on such a negative video, but sadly I think it's a fairly accurate representation of where we are as a country right now. As the video shows, there's been a real spike in xenophobic and racist abuse, both verbally and physically, since the EU referendum a few weeks ago. This has got me thinking, what is the best way to tackle such a large and widespread issue? And I think the answer to that question is through conversations. Conversations that we could all have with our families, with our friends, with our co-workers. I'm currently working with a close friend of mine who works in advertising in London, and what we're trying to do is raise funds for an ad campaign around the London Underground. So the point of this campaign is to arm people with facts and figures and statistics that they can then use in conversation with family members at dinner or friends from work at the pub to provide an alternative voice to the anti-migrant rhetoric that we've been seeing so much of in newspapers and on TV. We're initially looking for £500, which would pay for about 10 posters in tube carriages along the Underground. The more money we get, the more adverts we can put up, the longer we can have them up, and the more people will see them. It'd be really great if you guys could help me share this video on Facebook or Twitter, or if you have a blog or a WhatsApp group with your friends. The more people who see it, the more money we get, the wider we can get this campaign, and hopefully the larger impact we can have. This is such an important issue that even if you can't get involved with this campaign, if you know someone in your family or you have a friend that's perhaps read too much Daily Mail, start having this conversation, because that's how we change people's minds.